nice and clean now. Sorry about that. Good thing I had this handy. Alright, but today I'm going to be talking about my groceries. I'm not going to be doing grocery haul, just to kind of trigger that tingle, that imaginative tingle in your brain, where you're just trying to think of what exactly grocery item I'm talking about. I will do future grocery hauls. I'm actually waiting on a Grubhub order right now to come in because I do live kind of far from most shops. And I'm working today. I don't have time to just go out and about. So, it's very convenient for me to just do that, have someone deliver it. I rarely do that, but, it is nice when I do it, especially if I don't have free time, So, I have a list of things I like to shop for, actually 13 things here that I normally shop for at the grocery, and I thought I would just give a quick ASMR video talking about each grocery item a little bit. It's a little different than what I normally do. So I prefer shopping like places like Publix. We have Publix here. I know not everywhere does. Sometimes I go to Sprouts. Sometimes, very rarely now do I do Aldi, but I'll do an Aldi maybe once a year or two. Walmart, I like to shop not for food, but for other essentials because they're cheaper there. There's a Detweiler's here, which is like a kind of what they call like a farmer's market. Like it's like an Amish grocery store. But I don't know, I find their stuff allegedly goes bad very fast because it's like, all natural and it's very far. So I just don't like to do the drive. Sometimes I'll do the Costco too, because they have bulk items for cheap. But I use like my family's card. I don't really have my own. I don't know what else I do or go. There's probably one or two others. If I happen to run across a Whole Foods, I'll slide in real quick. I'm not like crazy about them. They have nice like natural products, but like the food, again, it just goes bad so quickly. I know that's because they don't have all this fake crap in the food like they do everywhere else. But anyway. But I'm like strict on no meat at Walmart. Like I just don't go there for, I'm gonna be honest, anywhere where there's a pharmacy, I'm very careful what food I pick, I'll still go, but I'm like, because I got really, really badly sick one time from one steak. I won't say where, but like, yeah, so I'm very careful with like the meat. Like if it doesn't look natural to me, I'm like, I'm not gonna pick it, I would rather pick a turkey, chicken, seafood over meat nowadays, but I still eat meat. I love meat. I'm a meat eater. Call me a carnivore, okay? But, I can't live without it. But, there's times I'm like, okay, I don't really crave it as much, I'm a very light eater. I don't really buy a lot. Like, I don't have to buy much to get me through the week, But you know how expensive groceries are nowadays, so it is what it is, you make do, you get by with what you got. So one thing I love buying is salmon. Salmon is great in B12, and I find that like it got me through the winter. Like if I didn't have nerve issues thankfully this winter because the cold somehow gets people more with the nerve system. I think because I have a lot less stress nowadays, but also, the salmon is high in B12, which coats those nerve endings, so I try to include salmon in my diet at least once a week, and, through sushi, I'll put salmon like lox and like a bagel, bagel, cream cheese, and salmon, with this avocado too, I think avocado has some as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's really delicious, I don't like the capers, that's the only thing, but I'll, bring it on. Put everything but the capers on my bagel sandwich. Delicious. And I find that in the morning eating a bagel meal holds me over way more than a piece, like a slice of cake, and it's healthier obviously than a donut, you know what I'm saying? Or a muffin. I used to eat sweets every morning, and then as I got older I'm like, okay, some things slow down more, I've noticed. And so I have to be more mindful of my consumption as well. Even if it's a tad more expensive, I have to kind of bite the bullet, as they say, and kind of, eat healthier. So, your gut can process more better and absorb more vitamins, because you can only go so far eating like cake every morning. It just doesn't work when you get older. Okay, but I'm looking at my order now as we speak. I just bought the Duck Trap River of Maine Spruce Point Cold Smoked Atlantic Salmon Gravlax style. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that arriving right now. Then I got, and there's salmon slices, so you just put them on your sandwich. They're delicious. They're already smoked. It's good. I know it looks raw and fleshy, but it's not, Just kind of keep it refrigerated and use it within 4 days of opening. So I got the Publix Deli 8-piece mixed fried chicken. I love me some fried chicken. I will definitely have that for dinner tonight. I'll just leave it out. You don't have to put it in the fridge immediately. It's not going to go bad. It's in the skin, in a box. Like, they keep it out all day in the grocery store anyway, in a heated compartment. So you're fine. Just put it on your stovetop. You're fine, okay? You're not going to get, like, bacteria or anything. So, they have, I think, 2 drumsticks, 2 chicken wings, 2 thighs, and I think 2 legs, maybe. I don't know, but they're all fried, and they're so good. Publix fried chicken is delicious. It's not even my guilt food, honestly. Like, those frozen pizzas are my guilt food. Like, this is, like, you could tell it just tastes natural, fresh, good. Like, they run out of stock faster than anything I see in the store, because Publix likes to line up, like most grocery stores, all the stuff on the outer walls that sells pretty fast. It's just grab and go. You get the 2 sides and then the King Hawaiian rolls, which they mess me up after a while. I notice I get, like, with the King Hawaiian rolls, I can't explain what I get or feel, but it doesn't feel good after eating it. It messes me up in my body. I can't, like, process it as I used to, so I just do the regular bread, or sometimes no bread at all, But if you get the King Hawaiian roll, it's a discount with the 2 sides and the chicken, okay? They also usually sell in the rack, like Mardi Gras style chicken wings. Those are expensive AF, but they're good AF. They have little, like, chicken bites as well, like kind of like popcorn bites. And they have those rotisserie chickens, like regular, and I think lemon, pepper, stuff like that, similar to Walmart. But yeah, my favorite is the fried chicken. They're so good. I don't really eat the skin, though. I don't eat the skin. I'll eat, like, a little bit of it, and that's about it. I don't like fat, like flesh, skin, like grease. Like, I always rip those out in my food. I never really eat those kind of things. Then I get the Publix Deli Chicken Caesar salad. Those are good to go salads. You just mix and go. They package it so tight so you can't really shake it. But, I mix it. The Caesar salad is, the Caesar dressing is so good on that, glazed over. And the big chunks of croutons, oh, they are so good. Everything from the lettuce. The chicken sometimes is a hit or miss. It's a cold chicken, so if you don't like chicken in your salad, you might have to rip it up more. I would suggest, really ripping it up and then putting it in your salad rather than trying to eat those whole chunks. It's kind of nasty sometimes. Then I got the Publix Deli style Southern potato salad. And so that, again, it goes with the fried chicken sides. I just got an update on my order because I did priority because I'm pretty hungry and I have, like, no food at home right now. Well, I have food, but I can't, like, cook it. Like, I'm so busy today. I literally can't do anything today but work. That's how my Mondays go. I have to keep up with bookings and stuff. I had a lot coming in over the weekend, so, but yeah, so, basically, I love the Southern style food, Southern style like barbecue, potato salad, everything, right? Iced tea, they know what they're doing. Brisket, my mouth is watering now. Okay, like burgers. These Southern folk know what they doing, child. Okay, all right. Chili, like, ooh, don't get me started. I'm sorry if I'm making you hungry, but ooh, the Southern folk know how to make their food. So yeah, so I love that potato salad. It's good. It's good. Salmon, sushi, marina plate. So I got, I think it's like 5 or 6 rolls of salmon. Surprise, surprise. That's just how I get my salmon intake for the week, I think I'm gonna have that for lunch. They come with like wasabi, ginger, and soy sauce. And, obviously they throw in the chopsticks there. You can pick it up, or if you order, I'm sure they do. It's pretty alright. It's not my favorite plate. I just got it because it's quick and convenient. But, I usually love to get a sushi when I go in the grocery store, or like a poke bowl in that a sushi deli section. It's like right next to the fridge where they sell the salmon slices for the bagels and stuff. So, it's not ever as fresh or as good as on your plate served in a restaurant. Maybe because of the placebo of it not being served to you. Sometimes food being served to you tastes better than you getting it yourself or you cooking it. Every time I've cooked a meal, I'm like, I sometimes wish I wasn't the cook of the household, because I'm the one who does the shopping, the cooking, the cleaning. You know what I'm saying? So I know it doesn't taste as good. I know my cooking is great, but it's not as good as if it was served to me. It's just something about human nature where like someone else's energy and intention goes in the food and you eat it. I think that's really what it boils down to. So I got the Publix muffins, blueberry. So blueberry muffins are great. I always get like a snack dessert type thing. I don't really snack anymore. I haven't snacked in I don't know how long. Again, I can't really process the same as I used to in my 20s and my teens. I don't drink sodas. I don't drink like overly like processed foods. I know everything basically comes in a cardboard box or plastic nowadays. You can't help it. Yes, you could go to the vegetable aisle, the fruit aisle, yeah, but you can only get so much out of veggies and fruits. Like, again, your meat is in plastic, like, I literally cannot function without meat. I tell you not, I kid you not, like, I get so dizzy, weak, frail, sick. I just cannot live without meat. That's just who I am. We're all different, period. So, Publix seasoned meatballs, yeah, like I said, I tried to going like alkaline vegan once. I got horribly ill. Like after the 3rd or 4th day, I was horribly ill. Yeah, it doesn't work, yo. That's why a lot of vegans take medicine or like, supplements, It doesn't work. I refuse to take medicine. But anyway, Publix seasoned meatballs. So I got like, it's a bunch of meatballs, great on pasta. They go good with everything. You could just eat them alone with something else, like maybe potatoes in the side dish. You don't have to have just like pasta and meatballs. But I love putting vodka sauce. Oh my gosh. I didn't order pasta this time because I used to be a prepper, so to me, I'm like, I always have to have pasta and rice and beans at home, just in case everything goes to the poop scoop. And so at least I can survive a little bit and get some basic nutrients. You always gotta have butter, potatoes, rice, beans, pasta, maybe a little chicken, You'll survive. You can live off all that, you know what I'm saying? But you always want to have some snacks at home too, like potato chips, just to keep your stomach running, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's funny how I've been talking about prepping stuff like 3-4 years ago and nobody cared, and now everybody cares. It's like, anyway, it's frustrating. But anyway, it's funny how much more people became preppers nowadays. Filling their gas tank early and stuff. But anyway, so those are good. You just pop them in the oven. I think like, I don't remember how long. Don't count me on it. Maybe like 35, 40, 45 minutes. I don't remember. They're good. You don't have to fry pan them. On the pan, frying pan, in the oven. It's healthier in the oven anyway. Without all that basic Crisco oil because I save money, but I'm like, sometimes I think I use olive oil. Depends on my cooking. Like I use the HelloFresh too. Half the time, like half of my week of dinners is HelloFresh. Half of it is like food I buy from the grocery store, obviously. So, hold on, let me check. Okay, they're running late. Okay. I just got an update. So, they'll waive my fee if they're late. But anyway, so I got the eggs. Alright, I just used up all my eggs. Whole carton full for dyeing for Easter. They're just gonna be decorative eggs at this point. I forgot to put them in the fridge. But I got a 12 count large brown eggs. Those are good. I like the organic. Even if it's a little more, like, they're better than, Green Wise has a lot of good, like, organic, like, healthy, natural. I try to buy more Green Wise than the other. I try to buy more produce that I can cook, not, like, frozen, ready to eat. I try to avoid those, even though they're convenient, And again, I don't always buy this stuff. This is just, like, one order today I had alone, like... It's crazy how much we spend on groceries, though. Every year. Yeah. I think I was looking at my taxes. I was like, I think I spent like 6,000 or 7,000 on just groceries alone. Maybe over 10 grand with restaurants. It's crazy how much food is, So... Thomas, 6 count everything bagels. It's 10 gram protein, kosher bagels, 20 ounce, 6 count. Okay, so yeah, how I got that, I'm confused because I usually get the other bagels from the Publix bakery, but they were out of stock. They're usually out of stock for the bagels I like. I usually like the egg bagels, the everything bagels, or the plain bagels. I can't find the everything bagels anymore. They're always out of stock. So, I had no choice but to get the Thomas. I don't like those because they're like, kind of like, to me, like the frozen, like, bagels. Like the Publix bagels are more fresh to me, but, it is what it is, right? Thomas is more like, I could tell those are the kind of brands they ship from far on trucks and keep them frozen to keep them fresh. Like, I'd rather like the fresh from the bakery, you know what I'm saying? So, that's why even like the Walmart bakery is just not the same to me as the Publix bakery. Publix, you could tell it's fresh. It's natural ingredients and less ingredients on the label. I really try my best. Again, I'm not perfect, but, yeah, so... Then I got the French's Classic Yellow Mustard. That was on a discount too. It's $2.15 now, which is not so bad for an 8 ounce. I had a recipe. I used up the whole mustard last time, so yeah. So I'm gonna use that mustard now. I love mustard. Mustard goes great on hot dogs. Just anything really, I got the Clorox disinfecting wipes variety pack, bleach free, crisp lemon, and fresh scents. That's not bad. $15.50 for 3. Usually I get a better deal at Walmart. I go for Walmart for that, but I was like, again, just convenient. I need it now. I'm running very low. I usually get the 4-pack for $16.50 at Walmart. Okay, probably 17 with tax. So, yeah, I love Clorox wipes, easy to clean. They have a scrubbing surface, texture on it. They don't damage most wood, I don't like to use it on wood, but like just mostly the kitchen, cleaning up after myself, If I need to clean up something like a smudge or stain, they're good. The bleach just gets it right off. It's a good durable wipe. And lasts quite a long time. I clean with it the bathrooms and stuff, It's good and convenient. Then I got the Lifeway Kefir Cultured Low-Fat Milk, 1% milk fat, strawberry. So strawberry kefir. I love the fruity kind of taste to it. Kefir is good for my GERD, my gut in general, to get my probiotics back up and running, so I don't get the acid reflux. And yeah, last time mine spoiled and went bad, unfortunately. So I'm restocking. Sometimes I forget some things are in the fridge. I have a bad habit of not throwing out stuff right away. I should do it every week when the garbage pickup is, which is today and Monday. But sometimes it piles 2-3 weeks, and I just like to wait to throw it all at once. Laziness, I guess. And then finally I got the Tillamook farm style whole milk mozzarella cheese slices. So I love mozzarella, you know, it's mozzarella ricotta, the only cheeses I can really eat safely without reflux. I can have the other cheeses, but in minimal amounts. But these are cheese slices, they go great in everything. You know, you can mix them in anything like pasta, or, you know, you have to really like shred it though. Sometimes I get the string cheese. I have a habit of eating that string cheese. It can be addicting sometimes, cheese in general. That's what messed me up to begin with, because cheese is high in fat in general, but mozzarella and ricotta are low fat, so, you know, these could go great on sandwiches, you know, any other recipe you have, maybe even lasagna, you know, usually cheese slices are better for that. I actually don't know why I got this. I actually had some string cheese in my fridge, but anyways, so I have to get going. People are calling me like crazy. I have some call to answer. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this grocery haul, but like more listing the food. It gives you again that kind of tingle to imagine, like, oh, I wonder what it looks like and stuff like that. So I will see you guys in the next video. Let me know what kind of groceries you like. I'm pretty boring and plain with my groceries, you know. I know I could do better. I used to shop all sorts of variety, but like I used to fill my grocery carts at like literally like $300 orders. This was like 106. I think it was like 135 with tax, delivery, shipping, and all that stuff. You know, and tip. You know, obviously you have to tip the person. That's why I rarely like to do it. But you know, it helps stimulate things. You know, give someone else something too. You know, you give and you receive, right? That's how it works in this universe. So I'm not feeling like guilty about it. You know, I know there's a lot of this DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats guilt, and it's like, just stop, okay? Just relax, you know. It's okay to order to your door sometimes, you know, it's not a big deal. If that's your thing, you know, a lot of people use it if they can't physically go to the store, you know, that's fine or whatever, but it gives someone else work, right? So thank you so much for joining me, but I prefer to go to the grocery store for the most part. You know, it gets me out of the house, and I like to pick my ingredients myself, you know, it's guaranteed to be fresh, especially if it's fruits and vegetables. You know, you never know how they're gonna pick. So that's just my take. Yeah, but anyway, and sometimes when you go to the store, you see more, you know, than just on your screen. You only see like a limited amount of things, and it's not always updated, I think. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, poopsies.